Alright, hi! I'm going to be running Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Wildfire Adventure Squad, which is a Wiiware-exclusive Pokemon Mystery Dungeon title that only came out in Japan. It got a fan translation about a year ago, so a lot of us Westerners were able to play it till then. It's quite a short game. The gameplay is exactly the same as Explorers, PMD 2. All the items are here, all the mechanics are here. None of that is lost. It's just quite short. It has the story is like, I mean, this run is like, it could be around an hour and a half. I'm doing this in post, just because I wanted to commentate on it. I feel like a lot of people don't know about this game, and yeah, it's quite small. It's not as big as the other PMD games, but I think it's worth to play. I think it's worth to appreciate at least. The story is quite silly. It's very cute. There's no big world-ending catastrophe or anything. You don't save the world really. You just help your little community, which I think is a nice change of pace. It also utilizes the Pokemon Rumble models, which I really like. They're just very funny. They're just silly. Look at them bouncing. So now I have to show Charmander and Growlithe. This part is very scary because I have to like concentrate to get all the inputs right. You have to put all their names to only the first letter, so their text dialogue doesn't take a lot of time. And you have to like, there's a lot of commands, like prompts, is this okay? And they all default to no. So if you are spamming A, you're just gonna go with no and you're gonna have to repeat it all over again. So I kinda have to concentrate there, but I nailed it. So first off, I need to change some settings so that it's the fastest it can be. So I have to speed fast, fire of allies self, no damage turn, and no zoom. The damage self, I'm not entirely sure how it works. I just know it makes it faster. And the zoom, when you attack, sometimes it zooms in, like to make it sound cool. I mean, look cool. But it does take time. We also have to turn off some of the attacks that we don't need. So like Charmander will use Leer or Growl and all that stuff. Okay, so for this first dungeon, we actually have really good luck. Not only did we get a lot of orange berries, we also got a reviver seed in a bit. But look at these stairs. They're spawning right in the first room. So that was like really luck. This was not my first run. I had some runs prior, and they were not as good in this first dungeon. You really want to avoid Pokemon that use Growl because Growl affects every single teammate. So right now it's only 2 of us, but when there's 4, it'll play the animation for every one of the Pokemon, and it's just annoying. It's not the worst attack in this game. Sandstorm is the worst, but it's still pretty annoying. So yeah, this run, this is not a world record. Telling you this prior. It's I played it very safe. Definitely too safe. I ended up with like 2 pages worth of orange berries. Definitely didn't need that much. But I had lost some runs before to die in the last dungeon. So I really didn't want it to happen again. So I wanted to play it safe. So I went for all the items that were like nearby. I even got like TMs so I can sell them, so I can then buy more stuff. You know, I played pretty safe. The world record holder did not as much. Like she's got the items that were like in between her. She didn't really go out for her, like out of her way. And then she ended up winning. But also, okay, hi Chuckle. There was a point in which she found a Kecleon shop on the last dungeon, and she got a reviver seed from that Kecleon. And that was the only rubber seed that she had at that point. And then immediately after buying that rubber seed, she died. So if it weren't for the Kecleon, she would have lost the round. So I really don't want to risk it like that. So yeah, ideally you don't want to be you don't want to play as safe as me, but yeah. So basically, Shuckle heard of a yummy thing at the end of the dungeon. So that's why he went. This is like the first, like the main trio of little kids in town. They're like the youngest, and they're very cute. Like I love the fact that they chose Shuckle, Aaron, and Swinub. Like instead of choosing like, I don't know, like basic baby Pokemon like Igglybuff or Pichu and the like, they chose them, and it's so cute. I love them. Swinub was one of my favorite Pokemon, so it was a treat. In Super Mystery Dungeon, the 5th game, this game is referenced quite a bit. It has some of the items, like the chocolate and stuff, and it has items named on the different versions of the games, and it has this is Slowking and a Gastrodon couple that you'll see in a bit. They are referenced, but the little tree guys, they're not referenced, so that's sad. Oh yeah, this is so this is the Wildfire version. There are 3 versions of this game: Tempest, Wildfire, and Radiance. In my first blind playthrough, I just went with Radiance because it was like a light theme, which is never represented in Pokemon games. So that it's quite new. So I picked that one. There are no light type Pokemon, so it's just a bunch of yellow Pokemon, which is pretty funny. So yeah, I played that one, and I was gonna run with that game since that was the one I was most familiar with. But after seeing the world record, I really believe this is the fastest version, because fire types have very high special attack, and these all have access to Ember, which is a really strong move. Like in general, yeah, I feel like the damage per second, the DPS in general, will be faster in this version. But also, Growlithe has access to the move Roar, which pushes Pokemon. So if you push them in a puddle of water, they will warp, so you can get rid of them easily. And if they're on a stack, which is one of the mechanics of this game, so like you can find Pokemon like 3 Pokemon are in one stack, so all 3 of those Pokemon will be able to attack at the same time. Like they all will do an attack on one turn. So that's really scary. So you really don't wanna deal with a very strong stack on your own. So you can just roll them, and when you roll them, they get pushed against the wall, and then they topple. So it's a very, very useful tool, especially since you're gonna be under leveled, since you're trying to go as fast as possible. All right. So right now, how the route works is that after doing the first dungeon, you have to get 3 missions. Just any 3 missions, they will do. That will just unlock the next dungeon, basically. Now this route. Something weird happened in the future. At one point you're supposed to do 4 missions, and after doing those 4 missions, it unlocks 2 other dungeons. But that didn't work for me, and I have no idea why. Now what I'm doing here is that I got really, really, really good mission RNG. Like, look at this, it's full, and they're all from like the same dungeon. So what I do is that I hoard them for the future. So I just take on 3 of them, which is what I need. And I save the rest for the future, so I can do like big groups at once. The world record holder did not do this. She just grabbed like the day-to-day ones. Like she just hoped that every day she would get like a good group of them. So I'm thinking maybe this has to do with it. Like since I mostly just use Shiri Field missions, which is like the second dungeon. Maybe it's not only the number of missions, but how difficult they are, like the amount of rescue points you get. So maybe it didn't trigger correctly. The route didn't trigger correctly because I just did a bunch of Shiri Field missions. It's my only idea, but yeah, it's just odd. It definitely lost me time. I think that without that, I may have had a chance of world record. But yeah, because I got really good RNG in general. I really can't complain about the RNG in this run. in this game, and in this game only, this is a feature unique to this game, out of from all the other Pokémon Mystery Dungeon games. You can tell seeds apart in the overworld. So in all PMD games, all these have the same color. Oh, this part was so annoying. Oh, this part made me... It was infuriating because this guy just walked into a trap and fell asleep, and then I tried to hit him. And I missed for some reason. And then I kept missing, even though I was fine. And then they stand attacking me, so now I'm sure not gonna hit them. And yeah, I just kept losing infinite horns and just kept draining my PP trying to hit this guy. And I kept missing, so I just give up and I switched to Charmander, which had the good accuracy for some reason. And they still hit me sand attack, but I was just begging at this point. I tried to hit them, and I also failed. Cyndaquil had to kill them, the one that was asleep all this time. That was such a big waste of time. That almost made me want to reset, but like, yeah. It's just, it'll happen sometimes. This game can be mean to you. And I already had really good RNG in Dubious Woods, so I really didn't want to risk that. Larvitar is one of the most problematic Pokemon here, because they can use Sandstorm. And what Sandstorm does is that, well, if you're in a stack, it doubles you, so now you're not in a stack, and you are very easily killable in the later dungeons. But most importantly, it hits you like every 3 turns. Which not only means constant damage for you, especially if you're in a stack, because if you're in a stack, you can't heal naturally. Like normally when you walk, you just heal over time, but when you're in a stack, you don't. The only way to heal is with orange berries. So in a sandstorm, you're just constantly gonna get your health lower and never to be recovered. And it also makes everything slower because every 2 turns where you get damaged, there's text dialogue that pops up like, hey, this member got damaged, this member got damaged. So for every member you have, it's gonna have a text dialogue saying they get damaged by the sandstorm. So it's bad. You really want to avoid that. So when you see an arbiter, you have to try to kill it as fast as possible. But unfortunately, like, it's really up to luck, because they can see you from far away. Like they're like, I don't know, 3 tiles away from you. You can't do anything. And they will just do a sandstorm. Yeah, like look at that. I went for the apple. Well, okay, actually, okay, that was the mission apple, so I have no excuse. But I did one for like non-mission items like that all the time, even if the stairs were right there. Just because everyone wanted to play it safe. So like apples, seeds, orange berries, and max elixirs I went for a lot. And in the last 2 dungeons, you really want to go for orbs. In the first one, you're probably not gonna get the good orbs, but in the last 2, you're gonna get really good orbs. And you won't be able to tell like the seeds which they are. So you kind of want to go for them all and see if you can get good ones. You really want the crowd control ones, so the Foe Hold Orb, the Petrify Orb, Warp Orb, basically everything that can be useful in a monster house, because monster houses are very scary. You also want a Roll Call Orb, which in this game they are one of the best orbs ever. In other PMD games, Roll Call Orbs just call your team members to you, so if they're far away, if you stepped into a warp trap or something, they will all go to you. Also, this part was so awful. I can't believe that happened. It was a dead end, and then when I'm coming back, there were like 5 Pokemon here for some reason. Oh god. So yeah, Roll Call Orb normally just calls on your Pokemon, and that's it. But in this game, not only does it do that, but it also stacks them automatically. So you can get stacked without the need of the stacking holes, which is the only way you can get stacked. So they're very, very, very useful in this game. They saved my life, actually. Oh yeah, another good thing about Ember is that it cuts corners, so you can get a hit early before they can. Oh, and here's Ponytail Fish. You can only use non-fire attacks because they have the Flash Fire ability. So if you don't have Bite, you're kind of doomed there, because you can attack them with anything else. Oh yeah, this part, yeah. Cubone are kind of scary because they have that attack, which is a rock type, I believe, and that's super effective against fire types. And that was a pretty close hit, so I almost died. And yeah, so I just used roar there because I was low health and I didn't want to risk anything. And then they fell into the lake there, so they just warped. And then I can just switch to Charmander for safety. That Cubone just gets warped anywhere, and I think that's the one behind us. So I believe it got warped to the room above us. So now, after the 2 missions, you wanna get, you're gonna reach bronze rank, which unlocks future dungeons. So for that, you only need a 40-point mission. So you can either get 2 20-point missions or 1 40-point. I had plenty of them to choose, but I just got the one from Sunset Crack, which is where we get introduced to this as well, to the stacking mechanic. Now this is just a cutscene. It feels like the longest cutscene. I'm not sure on that, but it feels because it drags on for quite a bit. The guy just teaching you how to use a stack, and well, you'll see what happens next. So yeah, as a stack, it's very important to be a stack, and the reason why we show why Wildlife is so good as well is because they have a 2 size. So they are the only Pokemon out of the starters that is 2 size. So that allows you to stack 2 other Pokemon. You also want to have the Cyndaquil because they want to Quilava quite fast. And then Quilava is also a 2 size Pokemon. So then if you have 2 size Pokemon, you can have you can stack on other 2 1 size Pokemon. So then you can have a stack of 4. So by the end of the at the last dungeon, you wanna recruit another 1-star Pokemon, so you can have a 4 Pokemon stack, which is the maximum stack, and it's really good. Even if the 4th Pokemon is has no attacks, the HP of everyone gets added, so the extra HP is always good. Also, Slowking died. We killed him. When I was playing this line, I was actually scared that we actually killed him. And what? Because I knew that this game's story was kind of weird. So I figured, is this it? Did you actually just kill him in the middle of training? Because they took quite a long time with this bit. And he dies. Yeah, he doesn't. I would have hit the timer otherwise. It's a very interesting cutscene. You know when you hit them and he goes out in the air and flies and then comes back down in slow motion. It's not actually slow motion at all. They didn't make the cutscene slow. They just dropped the frame rate so it looks slow. So it just goes 2 frames per second to make it seem like it's going slow. It's a very interesting tactic. I don't think it works very well, but I've definitely never seen that before. The bad thing about hoarding missions like I did is that, like this, look at me, I'm just taking a lot of time trying to think, popping a vein in my brain, trying to figure out what thing I'm supposed to do. Definitely not ideal. So yeah, the good thing about just getting the missions that you first get is that you don't have to think about it. But here I took so much time to remember that, yeah, I have to have a 40-point mission, and Sunset Strike is the best for that. I also checked on Kecleon quite often. The World Record holder just did so like twice, like before the last 2 dungeons. But I try to like check on him every day, since every single day you visit, the items get changed. So the more chances I get to have like a Reviver Seed or Oran Berries. So another time loss. Again, I just played it really safe, even if it's definitely not optimal. Some extra like input tips that the World Record holder didn't know that you can do is that when you go selecting missions, you can press Y to just accept them instead of having to actually press A on them and read them and then press on like select and like accept. You can just press Y on it and it automatically accepts. So that's a time saver. You can also press Y for a lot of things. You can press Y to change leaders. So the World Record holder had to like go through options menu and go through like 5 little prompts to actually change the leader. But you can just press Y and it just goes to the next leader, to the next Pokemon. And if when you're in a stack, you can set the moves for every single Pokemon, which you normally can't. When you're in a stack, the other Pokemon don't have a set move. You can only turn them off or on or off. But when you're in a stack, you can do that. So then you can just press A and B, and all 3 of them will do their set attack. So you don't have to go through menus at all. See, I went for that TM because, well, not only can you sell them for a lot of money, but it could have been actually like Flamethrower, or like a very OP TM that we could use. Again, these are things that are not optimal at all. Like, I respect the World Record so much because she was so brave. Like, she just did what she had to do. She didn't get items that she needed that like weren't in the way. But I can't do that. I feel too unsafe. Usually I also check on the missions because I often forget what I'm doing. And I kind of wanted to have it like a clear mission instead of just walking around hoping to find whatever it is. There you are. Pressing I think it's, oh no, pressing L, I believe. I just set it to a weird button. Automatically makes you look at the Pokemon next to you. So I just do it when I find clients. But I think it has a preference for enemies. So I almost just hit the enemy instead of talking to Sherry. So those are the Gastrodon couple that are referenced in Super Mystery Dungeon. They're cute. They're really an interesting inclusion because the East Gastrodon just opens treasure chests for you, and the West Gastrodon sells orbs and TMs. So they replace the other Kecleon and Satu, basically. Oh, they're nice. They're cute characters. Oh yeah, so right now, after getting bronze rank, you want to get 4 missions, which is supposed to unlock 2 other dungeons, but it doesn't work this time. I'm still not sure why. I do like this song a lot. My 2 favorite songs of this game are Sheffield Meadow, which is this one. Oh yeah, like the different versions have different versions of each dungeon. So Cherry Field in Wildfire is Sheffield Meadow in Radiance, I believe, and it's like something else, something also cheery, but with another title in Tempest. So they all changed a bit. Oh, yeah, there he goes. So now we're getting damage every turn, and you can't really run through the corridors normally. See, I get interrupted by the dialogue every time. Also, at point I just died because of it, and that's foreshadowing for a future mission. I definitely enjoyed running this a lot because, well, it's quite a short run. So even if you get really bad RNG, it's not as painful as other games. you don't feel as robbed. But it's still RNG heavy game. But I guess that's also what kind of makes it interesting, because then you rely on the items that you find, and the things will happen, and you have to like react to it. It's a lot about resourcefulness, I find, and that's fun. So I do think I will like try more runs in the future, not super frequently, but I'll definitely try every once in a while. So I'm sorry if I am very not clear when I talk. I have weird speech patterns. I can't pronounce some things, so sorry for that. But I kind of wanted to commentate because this game is not talked about a lot at all, actually, and I think it deserves a bit. Summon traps are pretty scary. This one was pretty nice, just 2 Pokemon. But summon traps can also make stacks spawn. So you can like get a summon. Oh yeah, this Lediva. So Lediva can fly. So that means that they can go over water, which we can't. So if the Lediva had gone further down, we could have not been able to reach them. So you really want to get like lucky there, I guess. It's not as bad as with ghost types, which they can go inside walls, so they can go anywhere, and there's no way for you to get them at all. But yeah, that can happen, and it's quite scary. So we got lucky that Lediva stepped on land for a bit. I hesitated to recruit that execute because, as I said, you do want a 4th Pokemon by the end. But if you recruit ones in the first dungeons, it's really not worth it because they're pretty low level, and then you just wait a lot. You'll just waste a lot of time leveling them up. So it's just better to wait until the last 2 dungeons, and if you get one in one of those 2, then you can keep that one. It hurts so much getting the door, the stairs, but you can't leave it yet, and then you just get a dead end. It's not as bad as getting last rooms, which is when you explore every single room. Also, this part was also kind of annoying. This guy just kept away from me, so I just waited. Whatever, I'm gonna finish it. So basically, when you explore every single room except for the one with the stairs, so like the last room of the entire floor is the one with the stairs. So that wastes a lot of time, and it's kind of RNG too. It's even worse when that room with the stairs was like to the side where you spawned, but you just decided to go to the other side. Oh yeah, when you get a 3 question mark mission, like as a reward, it's because the client wants to join you. If you say no, they give you 1,000 coins, which is a lot. So you want to get one of those missions, even though it's sad to say no to them. I always said yes to them, even if I already had the Pokemon. But yeah, it can give you a lot of money, so you can afford to buy reviver seeds and all that good stuff that you want. So, like, right there, I was supposed to unlock two other dungeons, but it didn't happen, and I was quite worried. So I decided, okay, I'm just gonna keep going. The next, like, after unlocking those two dungeons, you're supposed to do 6 more missions for the next cutscene to trigger. So I just figured, okay, whatever, it didn't happen, but I'm just gonna assume that it just didn't show up, but it's still working. So I'm just gonna do the 6 missions. So now I'm gonna do 6 missions, hoping that whatever happened that didn't unlock the 2 dungeons will happen later. It didn't unfortunately, so I had to do 3 more missions and then that did it. So overall I lost time to 3 extra missions that you normally shouldn't have to do, but I don't know what happened with the route. Only two of us have done runs for this, so I guess it makes sense. We still don't understand everything about it, but yeah, there's that. As you can see, I wasted a lot of time just thinking about what I'm doing exactly. I had to make sure I had like the 6 missions that I want. I also decided to remove some of the missions to make space for Dubious Woods missions, since those are the first dungeon and ends are way faster and easier. So if you need like 6 missions and you have 6 missions on Dubious Woods, it'd be better than 6 missions in other dungeons. I accidentally used Ember. Yeah, I know, my fault. I just thought I had died. Said instead of Ember. So like that Larvitar was 2 tiles away from me. There was nothing I could have done to stop him from using Sandstorm, so you just have to take it. And this is bad because now I have to go to find a client, and the client takes damage by the Sandstorm. And unlike other Pokemon, they don't heal as they move, so it will take constant damage. So if I take too long, they'll die. And I'm not getting lucky with finding them. So that's why I said the other Ponyta that died in the Sandstorm was a foreshadowing to this. You just keep track of the you keep track of the dialogue box, and you'll see that the Ponyta is taking damage. That's our client. And they died. Ponyta was defeated while awaiting rescue. Ah, that hurts so much because then you lose an entire mission. So I just had to leave and keep going for the next missions, and then get another mission and try to get it. I could also retry the same mission since I just didn't get it. It's still there. So I ended up doing that because I got more missions in Cherryfield. So I ended up saving that Ponyta somehow, even though we saw him die. But yeah. I roared them because I only had Ember, and Ember doesn't work on them. So I had to push them away and then switch to Charmander, which still has Scratch. So yeah, I went to get that apple instead of talking to the client just because I still felt even though apples aren't that bad. I mean, I say that. Like, you really only need like 3 apples per like on the last dungeons. But the problem is that if you hit a grimy trap, you can lose either 1 apple or all your apples, because grimy traps can like just turn any amount of apples into grimy food. So you can lose all your apples. So you really kind of wanna have extra apples in case like you lose like 4 apples or something, because that can happen. It's kind of awful. All right, so now the 2 dungeons unlocked. Don't know what happened, but it happened. So yeah, I was gonna have to do the 6 missions again. Because what happens after the 6 missions is that you get chocolate clips. But I did miss one of the missions because of Ponyta. So I figured, okay, let's just do some others, just some extras, just to make sure. Because I really didn't want to go get the Ponyta again, and then it would still not trigger the cutscene. So if I go, might as well do something else, just to make sure. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, there's a shiny Hoppip right by Slowking. So that guy is there because on my Radiance playthrough, I used one of the Wonder Mail, I think it's called. No, I think it's called the Body Passwords. Yeah. To get like a Pokemon that you like. There's several Pokemon. I really wanted a shiny Hoppip, so I wanted them for my team. But the thing is that the passwords that you enter get shared all across the different like in every save file of every single version of the game. For some reason, I don't know why. It's interesting. But yeah, so I really cannot physically get rid of them. But as long as I don't talk to them, it's okay. Because if you talk to them, you can get them to join. I guess I could talk to them to say no to them, but then that would lose time. So he's just chilling there. He's cheering me on. I always get scared when Cyndaquil is fighting someone because Cyndaquil is the weakest of the 3 in terms of HP. Oh no. Warpers are pretty scary because, especially if you're in a stack, the stack will completely topple, and all the members of the stack will go to different places. But I guess the good thing is that I can explore with 2 of us. I just need to hope that none of us die. So I explore with these guys because there's just 2 of them. They're more safe. But then they get to a dead end, and then Charmander apparently had just missed that Ponyta going there. So Charmander just ignored that Ponyta. This should be very cute because it's just two guys having a nap. So I really don't want to disturb them. But unfortunately on the way out, I woke up the Swinub. And I felt very bad. It's just hard to not keep going when you're just spamming directions. So in theory, from the first Ponyta mission, that should have been enough, and I could have left from there, and maybe that would have triggered the cutscene. But I again didn't want to risk it. So now I can leave. I will be trying this like more times, so I guess eventually I'll find out what happened. Oh wait, I think this didn't trigger it actually. Oh yeah! So the 6 missions that I did were basically useless, I guess. So the 3 missions that I just did, those counted since those were after unlocking the 2 dungeons. So 3 missions there, so then it didn't work, and then I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And I was very scared, so I just went and did other 3 missions. Because then that would total 6. So apparently the 6 missions that I did before just didn't count at all. Because that was before the 2 dungeons got unlocked. So then I have to do them again. Yeah, not ideal. Definitely not ideal. I just hope that when I try this again, that doesn't happen. We'll see if it's about hoarding missions like that. I have no idea what happened, really. But none of that should have happened. I should have been in the cutscene already. And if I had been, yeah, I would have been in a good world record pace. Again, I hesitated because Larvitar is a pretty strong Pokemon. But again, it would have been like level 8 or something, not worth it. So I believe I'm getting last room in this floor. Because all of the floors are explored, all of the rooms are explored, except for the ones on the right. And I think this one isn't it, so I have to go further in. And yeah, I got last room. So yeah, that's an example of the worst case scenario of a floor. Oh, this monitor blocked me, even though they're trying to escape, which is not very good escaping. So for some reason, I thought that was the third mission. So I was about to say yes. I thought the Cuban that we just rescued was like the second mission, but I hesitated because I knew that if I was wrong, then I have to spend another entire day. But yeah, and if I didn't, and if like I was actually right, and this was the final mission, I just had to finish the dungeon. So I'm glad I said no because yeah, I still had one more mission. So now that I had 3 and 3, the 6 missions after unlocking the 2 dungeons, the cutscene shoot through. And I did. Otherwise, I think I would have given up. Because then the game would have been broken for sure. There it is. Cutscene time. Making cutscenes go fast is very nice in this game because you don't have to spam A. You just have to hold B forever. So it's nice on your fingers. So basically, the yummy thing that Chuckle heard about is true. It's just another dungeon. Also, yeah, the name of my team is Dot, because the timer starts when you click on new game. But even before that, when you like just start a save file, the game asks you to name your team. So you can just take whatever time you want to name your team. I just chose Dot because I think it's like the digit that takes the least amount of space, so it probably takes the least amount of time to go through. So yeah, Team Dot. Also, I already have full inventory, which is definitely not supposed to happen. The World Alcohol did not even have that, like not even close to full inventory. So you're fine, you don't need that much stuff, but again, I was a coward and very scared. So I just had to store some stuff and take out everything I need. Again, a lot of time wasted, just me trying to be like safe. There were 2 reviver seeds here, but I could only buy 1 because my inventory was already full. So I had to take more time selling something else so I can make space for that, because there's no way I would give up a reviver seed. As you can see, I have 2 pages worth of orange berries. But I didn't think that was overkill, because I lost in the final dungeon in the previous run, and it was because I ran out of orange berries. Because I kept getting pelted by a sandstorm. We got lucky with a stacking hill straight away, because these last 2 dungeons, they're very scary, like very scary to be without like unstacked. You do not want to be stacked at all. And yeah, that's a 3 stack, and that's very scary, so I just roar them, and then they get turned into their individual Pokemon. And then Porygon is agility, and that's scary. Agility is very scary when others use it, because then they have double turns, or triple turns, or even quadruple turns. Fortunately, Cricketer is just doing something dumb. I also forgot that Porygon has this ability, that it copies my ability. So now it has Flash Fire, so all the embers don't do anything. I was very scared already. But they just keep doing like basic attacks. I guess I got lucky. And now this Porygon is part of my team. This is the 4th Pokemon that I got for this run, and it was very helpful. Because they had a tackle, which you would think it would not be that strong, but for some reason this tackle was very strong. It felt almost as strong as the embers sometimes. And they had agility. So that would be perfect for monster houses. I feel like Porygon is definitely one of the best Pokemon that you can recruit for this run. Because then you can just get like agility while you attack, since they're on a stack. And then you can just flee a monster house. Or like at least attack twice per turn. Right now I can't put them on a stack because there's only 1 2-size Pokemon. But as soon as Cyndaquil evolves, then we'll be able to. So Grammar has this ability called Stench that sometimes can make me not want to attack, because like there's a very strong smell and it doesn't let me move, basically. So I couldn't attack. So I tried, but no, this is no time to be afraid, is what it says. So I had to use something else. So I went to use a, I think it was like just like a wooden stick, which you can still throw. But then I realized, looking back at this, if you look at the message log, the stench had worn off, so I could avoid attacked by them, but oh well. Oh no, see? Several food items went bad. And that can be like 3 apples, 4 apples, 5 apples. It's really, really bad. So like, you know what? Maybe I should get apples. I just found a trap and I don't know how many apples I lost. I could have lost all the apples for all I know. Actually, I feel like there's a limit for the trap, but I don't know what it is. And I don't want to find out. So I believe this is where my other favorite song starts. I can't be sure because in OBS you can't hear the game. But my other favorite song is Chocolate Field, which is kind of hypnotic. It's kind of nice. Oh no. These traps also suck because... Yeah, I unfortunately hit my Porygon. Because if I move, I have the risk of falling again into the trap. And then confusion keeps going. So I try to like hit, but then I can hit my Porygon and I don't want it to happen. It's a scary trap. I accidentally make them talk, and they seem to not have a good time. I'm sorry, Porygon. Raticate is another problematic Pokemon because they have Hyper Fang, which does insane amount of damage, and I think it can also make you flinch. And they have Quick Attack, so they can attack from far away. And they have a Hitmontop on top, which for some reason they feel very, very strong. Like, whenever I attack a Hitmontop, they take a while to like defeat. And they don't have a stack. Fortunately, Raticate has the escape ability, so they just escape, even though they could have easily killed me. Bronzor, that's another problematic Pokemon. They have Hypnosis and Confusion. So whenever I find one, I want to use the Smoke Screen to weave for them. Because otherwise I run the risk of getting put to sleep, and if I get put to sleep, that's basically GG's. Because they can just attack me like forever and then I die. And Confusion also not good, so you really want to get rid of them safely. There you go, Fozilorb is really good for monster houses. I'm also very scary. It's also very scary when I try to pay. Because I'm trying to go fast, like select the yes option, but if I fail and I click no, then they want to kill me, and then I die. When Pokemon are on a stack, the only Pokemon that gets affected by stats is the base one. So Vulpin here is the one that gets the Weaver. So the Bronzor can still hit me, but I figured I could still defeat it in time. Oh yeah, another thing that I should explain. The base Pokemon in the stack is the only one that loses PP. So the Cyndaquil and Charmander can just attacks forever. As long as the one in the base still has PP left, we can attack forever. So we only need the max just for the base. That was scary because they could have killed them, but fortunately they just escaped. Otherwise that would have been a lost Reviver Seed. And I got two really good floors right there. Yeah, so that's a monster house. But it's a, like, in comparison for a monster house, it's pretty nice. There's not a lot of Pokemon, so I figured I can do this. If I just go into the corridor, I can kill them. But I forgot that I had my Porygon behind me. So I made the Porygon move, and now he's there, and now he's definitely gonna die. So there, he dies, and I'll lose a Reviver Seed. That could have definitely been avoided. I could have just take them back to Garden, and then that's what I do right now. But yeah, that was a Reviver Seed that I didn't have to be used. But yeah, now I can just attack them from here. I'm a stack, and there are not a lot of Pokemon. And even better, a lot of them just left that room from the other exit. So it was crazy to handle. Now, monster houses have a higher chance of spawning traps, so I have to walk very carefully. So I attack every time I step, and then I unlock this one, but I still step on it. I don't know. I just, that was an input, I guess, but it made me very mad because I was being careful, but I still did that, and then everyone warped, and Growlithe died. So that's another warp seed, another rubber seed that was lost, and then they almost died again. So I have to use a Run Berry. So I go to the Run Berry thing, but I accidentally give it to Cyndaquil. So yeah, it was all a catastrophe. I lost 2 Reviver Seeds and an Run Berry needlessly. But oh well. 3 pounds. I was trying to look for a roll color because I'm not in a stack, and then everything can kill me, and it's very scary. So I just wanted to roar everything, and then I decided, okay, it's probably better if I go with Cyndaquil, because Cyndaquil has smoke screen, so I can Weaver anything, and they won't be able to hit me. So that worked out, but it is still very, very scary to be on stack in this dungeon. And there we go, some holes, so I was safe. Yeah, so that's a roll call orb. I almost went past it, but I had the full inventory, and I had to get rid of it because that is a lifesaver. And as a matter of fact, it does that one orb saved my life in this run. So roll call orbs are a must, because now you can get stacked anywhere. So if you get unstacked accidentally, you can get stacked right on. That's an accident. That's good now. Sludge is scary. I believe Sludge has a chance of unstacking your Pokemon. There's some attacks that have a chance of unstacking your Pokemon. It's quite annoying. Right. So I don't know why there's like a bar of chocolate in the ground, and I don't know why they would like just pick it up. I think it's implied that it's called chocolate cliffs, so everything's made of chocolate. So all those rocks around us are chocolate, which they kind of look the part, but yeah, interesting. Now, I love Choco, but I definitely would have eaten like this delicious thing that's legendary in front of everyone. I mean, I think I would have tried to share, because like there seems to be a lot of like parts you can like you know, break into several pieces. But even if I didn't, even if I wanted to, I would just go to my room and eat it on my own, because yeah, now everyone's provoked. Conflict time. So yeah, they fight over the chocolate bar, and this is the main conflict of this video game. So yeah, it's just really cute. It's just very innocent. It's a very innocent story. I like it. I really like these models. They make me like every Pokemon, because now their feet are just like little triangles. They're very round. Well, not round. I guess compact is the adjective I'm looking for. So now I have to go talk to Slowking to get the Porygon back, since I had to bring it back. If I hadn't had to leave them for the Monster House, they would be on my team right now, so I could just leave straight away. I don't anyway, because I have to go to the Kakuten shop and, you know, just prep a bit. Even though I'm more than prepared, I'm overkilled in terms of preparedness. I had full inventory, so I realized I have full inventory anyway. As you can see, I have like almost 2 pages of Oranberries. You don't need that many. You definitely don't. I also felt like the max elixirs were very important, but they're not that. Like, if you have 4, you should be more than fine. I saved just to show respect to the dungeon, because this last dungeon is pretty scary. We're very under-leveled, so it's very easy to die. So right now you have to get like a stacking hole, first priority, and yeah, that was a monster house in the first floor of the dungeon. So I decided, actually, this is not worth it. So I had a escape warp, and I just used it, and I just went again. Because, like, this thing, if I had stayed there, maybe I could have survived a monster house without a stack. But I would have lost a lot of reviver seeds and oran berries, and it just wasn't worth it. Both the time loss and the item loss would not be worth it, because it was the first floor. So I said, might as well just start over. It's just the first floor. And since I now know the value of escape orbs, I decided to take another one. So yeah, I think that's a funny thing. So maybe keep escape orb or two. I think that was definitely like the best case scenario to use one. Just when you get like a really bad luck in the first floor. But I took too much time handling this. Yeah, next round I should be better with items, hopefully. As you can see, Pokemon here are very strong, and especially if they're unstacked, so I just roll them. And I'm going slowly because I'm just scared. You really want to find a room with a stacking hole really quickly, but I did not get this lock here. Alright, so now they can evolve. So now when we do find a stacking hole, we can stack 4 Pokemon, and then Porygon can be part of the stack. And now we feel powerful. Now I feel very confident that I won't die immediately. So now we can actually focus on being fast. Oh, and I have to set something for Porygon to do. Oh yeah, the warp trap. So I kinda locked out there because 3 of the Pokemon just warped to the same room, and that room had a lot of stacking holes. So I just went to tactic meetings and made them all stay there, so they would wait for me until I got up there. This bit was still kinda scary. Yep, like that. So I was still afraid I would die. But as long as I made it back to the 3 of them, we could just form a stack immediately and then we'd be fine. So that could have been a way worse warp trap. That's a scary stack. The queen have a lot of help. Good thing about roar is that I feel like I should have used roar more, because roar can sometimes make the Pokemon just go away entirely. Because if they get thrown away too far away, they won't be able to catch up to you, and they may take other turns, so you can lose them easily. So maybe if you use it more, you might be able to just skip a lot of battles altogether. Though then that would mean that you have less EXP. So I guess it's a risk-reward kind of scenario. Oh no. So, Gabat and Cagnia have an ability that when they're on a sandstorm, their evasiveness goes way high. So they're basically almost impossible to hit, and they just end up being a big PP drain. So you don't want to find them while in a sandstorm. So these capitals were very strong, like really strong. I thought 2 whole attacks, like that guy just died, but then this guy didn't die like that. And I thought he would, so I just moved. I was like, yeah, he died, but he didn't. And then he got 56 damage out of me. So yeah, I guess don't underestimate all Pokemon. I don't know why, I mean, yeah, I guess that was just luck. Because they should both have the same amount of HP. I figured might as well eat an Oran Berry, since I just lost a bunch of health. I'm scared if is the game volume too high? It shows that it's very high. I really hope my voice is not completely lost in the audio of the game. I think Quilava has quick attack. So now that I'm looking back on it, once Cyndaquil evolves, you should have Quilava as the base. Because then you can use quick attack and then you can attack foes from far away. That's a big advantage. Yeah. I got lucky there because the Shadow Trap can make you stack topple. So you don't want to topple. Oh, even though that same rune had also a stacking hole, so it wouldn't have been bad. But still, it's a scary trap. That's a scary stack. Yeah, Quilava is really bad because Quilava has Scratch. Oh no, it's Tackle. Quilava has Tackle, Ember, and Quick Attack. So that's 3 moves instead of the 2 that Growlithe has. So then you have to use less PP overall. So you have you need even less elixirs. Also, as you can see, there's a gummy in that other room. So like, okay, that could be a monster house. Because when there's multiple gummies in one room, there's probably definitely a monster house. So if I saw another one, I would have left. So I had to check first. And yeah, that's another gummy. So I just noped out of there because I knew that it's probably a monster house. So I just have to hope that that room wasn't the one with the stairs as well. So I just look for every other room, and if it's not, then yeah, we have to do the monster house. But if it isn't, then I'll be happy that I noped. And it wasn't. So yeah, I just dodged a bullet there. At this point, I was still somehow hopeful that I could get a good time because the world record is 1 hour 37. So if I got really lucky rooms, maybe, but I don't know. Also, sometimes you can't see the Pokemon in front of you because the stack is too tall. So right there, I couldn't see the Pichu. Also, yeah, Sandstorm, as you can see, it can topple your stack. But I got very lucky because it can topple your entire stack. So it's completely random how many Pokemon it topples. But there, it only toppled one, so that's okay. Oh yeah, this sucks. Helping Hand just makes every single enemy in the room get this animation, so it's a pretty big time waster. I decided to use agility here because that would help with that, and also just get rid of everyone faster. Also Grimy Trap, because why not? I should have used agility again, in retrospect, because now I kind of regret it because they kind of hurt me a lot. And it made me flinch. And if that Pupitar had hit that Dark Pulse, that I don't think it could have killed me, but I would have been in critical health. I had to double because I have to have Quilava as the second in the stack. So I figured might as well, I still have time for that. So I was like, yeah, finally, I can just go straight, but then I hit it freaking... Look at that. What's that log? And then all of the confusion status went away, except for the base, except for Grow Light. That was the last one to go away. That's also just completely lucky base. Scary stack. So that's a rare seed. So I mentioned that you can actually tell seeds apart. They'll have different colors. So the rare seed is just the classic yellow. So if you see that, you can easily just do whatever to go get it because they are alive, literally life-saving. that did nothing, and I was very confused. Oh yeah, Drifloon has Unburden, so it can attack twice per turn, and that got very scary. They also have another ability that makes them explode when defeated, and that's bad because explosions also topple you. This one didn't, so I got lucky there. But this one did. So explosion, we got toppled. And then I was like, wait, there's another stacking hole up there, so I should go back to stack. But then this Porygon 2 just came out of nowhere and just killed Charmander with one single hit. And whenever an enemy Pokemon defeats any of your Pokemon, they evolve. Every time, regardless of whatever. Like this makes no sense because like you need like a dubious disc to evolve Porygon set. But I guess they had it in the pocket or something. So yeah, I lost a rubber seed there. Not ideal, but I feel like that was just bad luck. Charmander can evolve here, but you do not want to evolve Charmander because actually I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that Charmeleon would be a 2-size Pokemon, and if it is, you wouldn't be able to do a 4-stack anymore. You can only stack 2 Pokemon of the same size. Also, this part of the dungeon, which is like the end game, looks completely different in Wildfire version. In Radiance, it doesn't look this red. It looks very, very, very red here. So I'm guessing in Tempest version, it probably looks very blue or something. So that's a cool detail. So Poison Trap early on, I was like, yeah, I should use this heal seed. Because again, you can't recover health normally. So I would just chip away at my health. What I didn't know is that I would get poisoned again, like, almost immediately afterwards. Right there. I just miss input and get poisoned. But anyway, it's okay. The stairs are right there. But there's a lot of poison traps here in this dungeon, at least in these final floors. Alright, final floor. So here, you were fine, and then suddenly, they hit you with that, you get to critical health, and everyone topples. So every single Pokemon in your party is now at critical health. Just like that, the game turned from, yeah, I'm okay, to you're almost going to die. So this is where the orb saved me. So I used the Warbird to just get rid of the stacked Piloswine, and then the Roll Call Orb, because I need to be stacked, because with the 4 of us being at critical health, unstacked, we would have died. Easily. Anything could have killed us. And, I mean, we had rare seeds, but that would be a lot of rare seeds to go through. So yeah, I could just stack again immediately and just eat some more berries. But yeah, this game can be mean. I was just super fine until then. And then suddenly... Uh-oh. Imagine if I had died on the last floor of the final dungeon of the run. This part is also quite tough. I was just hoping I could just leave because I see the stairs there, but these little pillars won't block me. And unfortunately, the other behind me is gonna topple me. And I thought it's okay, I can just still go, and I can get to the hole, and then we can get stuck again. But I forgot that Porygon still wants to fight. So I lose another real receipt to them. I'm so sorry, Porygon. And they evolve, of course. And they almost died, and they died again. Oh no. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, I guess it's not as bad. It's, even if I didn't have real receipts, I could have just... That was the last floor, but still. Not my greatest. And that's it. That was the final dungeon. Now it's only a matter of waiting the cutscene to end. The time stops when you see the credits. So a bit after like the final cutscene basically like ends. Like it fades away in the sky and then you hit the end. Cookies! So someone kept a lot of cookies in the treasure. I think it's implied also that the cookies are actual flowers and like they grow, like they're cookies that grow. But yeah, these are compassion cookies, which are the treasure that can make everybody happy. See, this story is just adorable. Like at the beginning, it seems like they're just magic cookies, and they just make people nice. But no, it was an excuse for them to like be nice to each other. It's just a really cute story. I love it. It's so simple. It's so I don't know. It feels organic. It's just cute. This song is called A Cookie for You, which is a very cute name for a song. Alright, that was the run. So I definitely wanna keep trying this. Maybe like once a week or something. Cause it's very fun to run. I do enjoy just trying my best and hoping for good energy. But yeah, this is the game. I just wanted to like talk about it a bit because like it's a game that I feel deserves more recognition. It's just a little game. It's just a cute little game. And yeah, I guess I'm again sorry for my really bad voice. I am terrible at speaking. I cannot pronounce a lot of things well. But if you understood like 40% of what I said, I'll be happy. So thank you. And thank you, Slowking. Bye.